A recently released Pentagon memo has ordered military officials to identify and begin removing transgender service members. This marks the latest step in an ongoing effort to prevent transgender individuals from serving in the armed forces. According to the memo, the Department of Defense will start discharging transgender troops, giving them 30 days to voluntarily separate or face removal. The document, revealed in a court filing on Wednesday, states that medical, surgical, and mental health concerns related to gender dysphoria are considered incompatible with the high mental and physical standards required for military service. The directive instructs military department secretaries to create procedures for identifying transgender personnel and starting their separation within 30 days of the memo's release. However, service members may still remain in the military if they obtain a waiver, which will be assessed on a case-by-case basis. While there is limited data on transgender participation in the military, a survey conducted by the Department of Defense in 2021 found that approximately 0.4% of active duty personnel identified as transgender. Furthermore, the data presented in the report about transgender representation in the military sheds light on the scale of the policy's impact. With more than 4,200 active duty members diagnosed with gender dysphoria and over 134,000 veterans and retired personnel identifying as transgender, the policy will likely affect a substantial portion of the military community. These numbers also raise broader questions about the military's commitment to diversity and inclusion, and whether the decision is based on a genuine concern for operational readiness or an ideological stance. The accompanying image further illustrates the impact of this decision. It presents statistics on transgender individuals in the military, showing that thousands of active duty troops are diagnosed with gender dysphoria, while over 100,000 retired personnel also identify as transgender. These numbers underscore the wide-reaching consequences of the policy and its potential effects on military personnel across different service branches. This policy change is tied to an ongoing legal battle involving 6 active-duty transgender service members who are suing the Trump administration over its decision to overturn an executive order from the Biden era that allowed transgender troops to serve openly. This represents a renewed attempt by President Trump to implement restrictions he previously pursued during his first term. Those restrictions faced legal challenges and were ultimately overturned when President Joe Biden took office. On February 7th, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth announced a halt on all new enlistments of individuals with a history of gender dysphoria and suspended gender-affirming care for active service members. The Pentagon declined to provide a statement saying, "At this time, we are letting the memo speak for itself." The decision has faced strong opposition from advocacy groups. The GLBTQ Legal Advocates and Defenders, which represents transgender service members challenging the policy, condemned the move. This is an unprecedented purge. The military has 30 days to identify and discharge anyone it deems transgender, unless they can somehow prove otherwise, said Jennifer Levi, Senior Director of Transgender and Queer Rights at the organization. This ban unfairly removes dedicated and skilled service members who have risked their lives for our country and denies opportunities to qualified individuals eager to serve. The Trump administration continues to attract a lot of reaction with this decision. It will be clear in the future whether changes will be made in the decision. Follow the news on the independent news channel State 24. Thank you for supporting us. See you in the next news.